So here we are in December 21st, 2020. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy etc., etc., etc. Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays. So, the news today is coming out that there's another strain, a new strain of the coronavirus in the UK, and it's scaring everybody to death. It's highly contagious. They're still going to keep calling it COVID-19. I guess that's what the disease that everybody's going to come down with over there with this new strain. COVID-19. It's December 21st, 2020, and we're still calling this thing COVID-19. The 19 is short for 2019, by the way. So we're going to be in the year 2021, and they're still going to be saying COVID-19.
COVID-19!
COVID-19!
In the name of Jesus, you get back up there where you belong. Oh, boy, up it went.
Because that is how inaccurate the mainstream media is. It's fake news, it's bad news, it's BS, and you keep watching it and you keep believing it. But nobody's watching my videos. Nobody's going to watch my videos about the coronavirus, because if you did, and if you had, you would have gone back to early April of 2020 and you would have listened to me discuss how scientists in Iceland discovered 40 mutations of the coronavirus. This was back in March. March 24th, 2020 was when this article came out. So they had already been working on this for days and weeks. This could have gone all the way back to February, March of 2020. 40 strains of the coronavirus. Not 14, 40. 40 strains. So I put up a couple of videos in early April. Nobody watched them. Nobody watches my videos. And so time continued to pass. I, thought that this was an interesting anomaly, an amazing anomaly, this article from Iceland. And so I just kind of let it go. Didn't continue to pursue the Icelandic scientists and what they were up to. Well, it turns out a month later, less than a month later, about 3.5 weeks later, April 20th, happy 420, by the way. Cannabis protects you from the cytokine storm, by the way. There are studies showing that CBD, just search PubMed, CBD cytokine storm. You'll see that cannabis has utility in saving somebody's life from the coronavirus. But I digress. April 20th of 2020, Icelandic scientists discovered 291 strains of the coronavirus. 291. So somebody might be listening to this right now and saying, oh, well, yeah, but those strains are all similar enough. They're similar enough to one another that the vaccine will just be able to protect you from all of the strains. Well, you know what? That's a good speculation. And you can speculate that it will, and somebody else can speculate that it won't. And either way we speculate, it's just speculation. You don't know until you put it to the test. And what strains were they working on when they were developing a vaccine? What strain or strains was Moderna working on? What strain or strains was Pfizer working on? I don't know. Now, this is one of the 10 questions that I just asked in my top 10 vaccine questions that I just uploaded about a week ago. Of course, nobody's watched that video either. My God, if I have questions, who cares about answering my questions? This is about as likely as getting help on YouTube for my channel getting blocked. So there is a strain that's just ripping through the UK right now. Who knows what it is? And right on top of all this warp speed release of these vaccines. The timing of this is just impeccable. What does this mean in the face of the vaccines? Are these people still unvaccinated? Is this some type of a fear storm that they're going to use to try to push up the schedule that people are going to use to get vaccines? And last but not least, let's take another traipse through the data. Let's look at the cases of infection in the United States and the other top 9 countries in the world, and we can see that the United States is still on a rocket ramp. We're just shooting the moon with this infection rate in this country. 17 million supposedly are infected. If you believe that, I've got some swampland in Brooklyn to sell you. They don't know how many people are infected and what strains that they've been infected by, and there's probably several times higher than the official count that have been reported, and they've been infected by multiple strains of the virus. They were sick, and then they got sick again. There's going to be cases where people are going to get vaccinated, and then they're going to get sick again because the virus mutated sufficiently that the vaccine didn't protect them. We are going to see these eventualities coming down the road, and it's not going to take long to prove me right. It's not going to take 8 months. It's been 8 months since I put up that Easter video. It's been 8 months since I blew the whistle, I guess, because nobody in the mainstream media in this country is paying any attention to what scientists in Iceland are doing. So 8 months, this one's not going to take 8 months. It's going to be less time than that. So we're not talking July of 2021. We're talking spring, maybe even winter of 2021 before we get evidence for this to occur. So Operation Warp Speed is in full effect. They're sending their super chill vaccines. Negative 70 degrees Celsius. Really? Jeez. Okay. And then, really, how long of a shelf life does it have? How long can you put it in the refrigerator for? Are you sure? Or are you just injecting people with adjuvants and you don't even really know? Well, we'll just extend the shelf life out for a couple days. We think it'll be okay. We're not sure. But, just in the interest of getting as many people vaccinated as possible, we're just going to tell them that they can leave it in the fridge for 5 days. Nobody can verify any of this stuff. We are at the mercy of what we are told. And based on the way that this has been handled in this country, I don't trust what we've been told. This is how we're handling it here in this country. And Trump just dumped billions and billions of dollars into the hands of these pharmaceutical companies to say, hey, hurry up and develop a vaccine. They just dumped money all over the place and told everybody to hurry up as fast as they could. And, it's like Joseph Stalin putting Konev against Zhukov to see which one would take Berlin first, causing millions of unnecessary deaths. And this kind of smacks of that.
I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer. You get out, we break your power, you get off this nation. I demand judgment on you. I demand a vaccination to come immediately.
Yes.